Hello and welcome to the 2020 election between Julio Castro and Donald Trump. Recently, Julian Castro, 4 days ago, announced that he is going to run for president. I was pretty sure he was, and I confirmed it on the day of. He is from the state of Texas, and he worked for Obama in his cabinet. So we're going to start off with the safe states for Donald Trump first. State of Utah, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia, South Carolina, and Alaska. We're going to take out that 2nd congressional district, though. And for Julian Castro, the state of California, Washington, Hawaii, New Mexico, which is interesting because he does really good with the Hispanic voters, and I think he could pull out a 15% or more win there. The state of Illinois, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, District of Columbia, Vermont, and not Connecticut. These I would see in the likely column, and these are the safe states for Julian Castro and Donald Trump. We're going to move into the safe, likely, and leaning. We're going to start with the likely states. For Donald Trump, I could see the states of Ohio. Julian Castro doesn't really have that white working class appeal. He's basically strictly Hispanic appeal in his rhetoric, and I could see him not doing too well in the Rust Belt, except in the state of Minnesota, where I could actually see him moving into the likely column because Donald Trump's approval ratings there have been very bad. He even though we picked the Republicans picked up 2 seats in the House, they also lost 2 seats, and they didn't close in that special election, which I thought they were. I could actually see this very close in between the leaning and likely for really any candidate for the Democrats. I could also see the state of Georgia. He doesn't really have that African American support, so it'd be very hard for him to get out the vote there and closing it up. I could actually see Donald Trump sort of slightly expanding his lead there from 2016, and in the state of North Carolina. Both these states have high African American populations, and I don't think Julian Castro would be able to get them out to vote. But in the state of Virginia, I could see him taking it in a likely column, and also Delaware, New Jersey, Connecticut, that Maine 1st congressional district, Oregon, Colorado, and Nevada. The reasons for Nevada and Colorado because of the high not African American populations, Hispanic populations there, and I think he could really push it over to the likely column. Oregon, I could see possibly in the solid column. I'm gonna put it actually in the solid column. It's very close. I'd say it's pretty much in between. So these are the likely states. There's still 138 electoral votes, 174 for Trump and 226 for Julian Castro. In the state of Texas, it could be very hard for Julian Castro to actually, would be very, very hard for him to flip the state. He would have to campaign there mostly there, or strictly only there to flip the state. I think there's just still a ton of Trump's base there. He is up, I think, 4% in approval ratings. And I could say actually Texas going 4 to 5% in this scenario as well. In the state of Iowa, Trump has super low approval ratings there, but he had such a huge base, and Castro not being able to appeal to the white working class, I could see it going to the lean column for Donald Trump. And same with the Maine's for 2nd Congressional District and Nebraska's 1st. So now it's basically tied, coming down to the states of Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Florida, and Maine's Maine at large. Out of the state of Michigan, I could see this going to Julian Castro, just because of the 400,000 voters that voted more Democrat than Republican there in the House elections. Such a huge shift. It's very hard for Trump to actually get Michigan. Only with a few candidates I could really see him being able to win the state of Michigan in the 2020 scenario. And in the state of Arizona, though, I could see this edging out for Donald Trump. It'd be very, very narrow. I could see it going down to 1 to 2%. Julian Castro would try to push the Hispanic vote out there, and I could see this actually possibly going to him, but I think there's just enough support, even though there's a -7 approval rating there on Morning Consultant. It just has its Republican identity still, and it's going to vote in the general election to Donald Trump anyways. In the state of New Hampshire, it's going to be hard for Democrats to lose this, even though it was very close in 2016. Trump has very, very low approval ratings there, and the Republicans during the midterm elections didn't do good there, except in the governor election, where they won it by, I think, 10% or 9%, something like that. It's going to be very hard for Donald Trump to flip it. Only a few candidates I think he could do it against. And same with Maine at large. It's just narrow. It's got that the Democratic identity. Same with the state of Arizona, but it has its Republican identity. Castro leads with 248 to 231 now, 59 electoral votes left. In the state of Florida, I could really see this going to Trump, no matter what scenario, really. Probably Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Bernie Sanders would be really the threats to taking the state from Trump. It'd be very, very hard. I'd be surprised if it were to go to the Democrats in 2020 as well. But in the state of Wisconsin, I could see... that's actually super hard. I could see actually Julian Castro taking the state of Wisconsin. I think he could edge it out. Even though Republicans did the best out of these main 3 states in the midterm elections, I can't really see... at this point, with it's least approved, I'm pretty sure, or tied with Michigan. But in the state of Pennsylvania, it's very narrow. -6% approval ratings, but that's not too terrible. Having around, he'd only have to flip 3% of that to go to his side. So I could actually see the state of Pennsylvania going to him. Thank you for watching. We hit our goal not too long ago. No, today is, or yesterday. I think it was yesterday we hit our goal for the month again. This is the second time. It only took a couple days after we hit our first goal. So the new goal is to hit 35 subscribers. That's 3 more for this month. And we're already up almost 1,000 views this year. And around, 6 subscribers, which I think is very good. that's like a new subscriber every 3 days. So if we hit our goal, it's going to be in 9 days again. I might have to even bump it up to 38 subscribers for the month. Thank you for watching again. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notified when new videos come out. Bye.